All right, today's video is a little different. We are making a clay tool. This is a DIY tool that I knew I needed to have in order to do my video for next Saturday. So I figured I might as well show you how to make the tool today, and then on Saturday we'll be using it. So stay tuned and see how easy these are to make. Alright, so we're going to get the most dangerous step in making this clay texturing tool out of the way first. And that is, we are going to cut down some sewing pins. I sew a lot, so I have a lot of pins. Just buy some cheap ones. I think Dollar Tree usually has sewing pins even. You don't need good quality ones for this. I'm just using what I've got. So I've already cut down 3. I cut these about 1 inch long. I find that's the best length to work with. And use proper wire cutters for this and be extremely careful. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Use eye protection. Contain your pieces that are flying. So what I've done, I cut them all about 1 inch long, and I've taken one that's already cut. I lined up the pointed ends. I'm going to hold it against the one that I need to cut. I'm going to hold this over a container. I'll line up my wire cutters with the end of the one that's already cut and do that. And we're going to do that for each one. So that's 4. I'm going to do the 4th one, do this last one here, which will make 5 pins. That's going to make 2 different texturing tools. Now, I have those all pretty close to the same length. A pair of needle nose pliers. These happen to be jewelry ones. Line it up with the end and fold over and make a right angle. You're making a little L shape there. And I'll try to have some pictures of these different steps. Line up the cut end with that. Don't bend it too far. What we're doing is we're putting that bend on the end to help this to not come out of our clay later when we're using this. This gives the clay something to bond to. And by pre-cutting them all as close as possible to the same length, and then being very careful to bend over the same length, they're going to stay all pretty much the same size, which will make the later step of putting these in much easier. Now be sure and dispose of these appropriately so no one gets hurt on them. There. So now I've bent. Oops. Let's get that one a little bit more bent. Now those are all bent. So the first one I'm going to show you, and I'm just using out of my scrap clay bag. Let's see. What color looks interesting? Oh, let's just grab some candy cane color. I made some candy canes the other day, so I've got some candy cane color clay in here. I'm going to roll a ball. Let's see, we don't need that big a ball for the first one. First tool I'm going to make would be a good option for you if you don't have like a dental pick and you just need a single pointy tool. And yeah, you could use a regular pin, but this gives you a little more to get a hold of. So we're going to push this in here. I'm going to take some TLS, transparent liquid Sculpey, or translucent liquid Sculpey. Ah, I'm shaking. My hands are shaking. It's early morning. And then I like to put another dot of TLS on this side also. I really want to anchor that pin into this clay. And I'm going to take another piece of clay and I'm going to press it onto here. And this is a good use of some of your scrap clay. There. Make a nice flat end. Now you've got a tool you'll be able to hold on to very easily. I'll put that on my baking tray. I've already made one. that's got 3 pieces. So now let's get a slightly larger ball of clay. This one's going to take a little more fiddling once we get it put together. I'm going to flatten this a little bit. And I'm going to try and get these really evenly spaced. And not too far apart, because I want to be able to use this on my project that I want to make for Saturday. Just like I said in the intro, the whole idea behind doing this today. Now hopefully I'm not getting my head in the lens. Do I like how that goes? Now I want that one a little closer. It's okay if they don't go down straight right away. Hopefully I'm staying under camera. So first step. I am going to do this end. Okay, try to have all the sharp ends pointed in, not out. And somebody on a video the other day commented, well, they couldn't do what I did because their handshake. If you're looking, you're seeing my handshake too. You can overcome it. It just takes some practice. Now, if you've got a pointy tool, you can use that. Otherwise, you could use a toothpick for this step. Now make sure these are right where I want them and that they're coming up straight. All right. The most important part is make sure that the tips are right where you want them. This one did not get placed quite in the spot I would have liked, but I think I've compensated. I think I've got them where I want them. So I'm going to fill that area between the pins really nicely with some TLS. Now, this gets moved to my baking tray. Get that over here so you can see. I've got 3 of them made, one with 3, one with 4, and one with 1. So I'm going to bake those at 275 degrees for, since they're pretty thick, I'm going to give them 20 minutes. I want to make sure this is really well cured. And when they are cured and cooled, I'll be back and I'll show you how we use these. All right, they're baked and cooled, and I did make a 4th one with 2 pins in it so that I could take photos of this one being made. So there's step-by-step photos for the blog post. So if you need to look at pictures of what I did, go over there and look. But these are really sturdy. I mean, you can move, those pins don't move. They're in there. Now, a couple of things. Keep these safe. You don't want to just throw this in a drawer. At least I would be guaranteed of poking myself. I've got these little plastic containers. I picked these up at the dollar store, specifically Family Dollar, but I know Dollar Tree has the same or something very similar. They come with a little lid. Those are going to go in there and go into my drawer with my clay tools, and that way they'll be nice and safe, and I won't have to worry about poking myself every time I reach in my drawer. So let's look at how you can use these, and then there'll be more use of these on the upcoming videos this coming Saturday, because we're going to use these for the project then. That's kind of why I made this today, is because I needed these, and I figured if I used them on the video, you guys would want to see how they were made. So you can use it just like I do my pointy tool, but specifically we are going to be using these to make some nicely spaced holes. But we'll be using these over the next several months. I'm sure I will be using these. I'll be finding more things to do with these, and we'll be referencing back to this video in those videos for how to make those tools. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, push the like button, leave me a comment. Are there other clay tools that you'd like me to find an easy to make DIY version of for you? If so, let me know. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoy my content, be sure and hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up a new video, like the one on Saturday when we use these. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.